Hello everybody, Tornado Soup here. So, Tim Drake, also known as the Third Robin, has a new code name. Usually I wouldn't do a video on something like this. There's plenty of comic book news and it goes out really fast and I don't always keep up to date with it, at least not enough to make videos on it, but this feels pretty big. I mean, Robin, the original Robin, Dick Grayson, changed his name to Nightwing. And that was a big deal. That's still his name today. Same thing happened to Jason Todd when he became Red Hood. This could be a long-lasting change. Tim Drake is finally going away from Robin. Now, he has previously done this before, becoming Red Robin when Damian Wayne took up the mantle. But he's still Robin, just with a color added onto the front. I mean, it's a name that works, but he's still Robin. It's just a Robin that opened a box of Crayola crayons. It's the biggest difference with the name. So the fact that he's got his own code name now, that is his own thing, that's pretty big. He could get his own series now. He could get his own amusement park ride now. Nightwing's got one. I still find that kind of weird. I don't know that Wonder Woman even has one, but that's besides the point. Point is, Tim Drake has a code name now. And it's not bad. I don't love it though. See, in this month's Young Justice issue number 8, it was revealed that he's going by the name Drake now. His last name is just his code name now. I don't know how that constitutes as a code name. Sure, Dick Grayson did this for a little while, I guess, kind of, but he wasn't a superhero then. He was a secret agent. Secret identity had been revealed. It was a whole thing. He didn't need a code name, really. It's just the name of a series. But now, Tim Drake, who does have a secret identity, is gonna go around being called Drake. I have a few different problems with this. First of all, it's just his last name. I know I already said that, but it's kind of my biggest problem. It doesn't really give him a chance to stand out. It's just his last name. Like, Batman doesn't just go by Wayne. That would be weird. And sure, it does help that Drake is actually a bird, a dangerous bird at that. So for another character, it could work as a code name, but for Tim Drake, it feels a little weird. I mean, can you imagine buying a comic series that's called Drake? Maybe, but it's weird, right? Can't be the only one that thinks it's weird that his code name is just his last name now. Second of all, every time I see his name, I'm either going to think of Drake the Rapper or Comic Drake. Now, I don't have anything against either one of them, but I also don't want to be thinking that when I'm looking at Tim Drake. Alright, it's fine when it's his last name because it's not at the forefront, but when it's his entire name, I'm expecting him to start rapping. It's the only logical outcome, really. He's a rapper now. It's what's going in my mind every time I read his name. And that's weird. He's a superhero. It's just weird. And then my biggest complaint with the whole thing, the only real complaint that's not a nitpick or an annoyance of some sort, he gets it from his Earth 3 counterpart. Now, in case you don't know what Earth 3 is, it's like the mirror image of Earth 1, the main Earth of where everything is. Well, now it's Earth Prime, but don't get into that. Earth 3 is the evil Earth, basically. It's where the crime syndicate lives. You know, Ultraman, Owlman, Superman, the bad guy versions of all the good guys. Tim Drake's Earth 3 counterpart is named Drake because it's a deadly bird. Yada yada yada. Which makes sense because he's deadly. He kills people, just like Owlman murders people. It makes sense for him. now he's going by that name. He took the name from his murdering self, which I have to imagine would be really weird to encounter, right? Like, you devote your whole life to doing good, to saving people, to protecting lives. Then you see yourself, like literally yourself, murdering people, doing terrible things. That would mess with you, right? I mean, it's messed with Tim Drake before in the Titans of Tomorrow's arc during Jeff Johns' run on Teen Titans, when he saw a murderous Batman, or himself becoming a murderous Batman. It messed with him, like, to the core. So why would he take the name of his murdering self? In the Titans of Tomorrow arc, he made sure to go out of his way to never become that Batman of the future. He does everything he possibly can to make sure he doesn't become that. He is terrified of becoming that, of being pushed to the edge, being pushed just a little too far. This time around, he's taking the name Drake because it sounds cool. Even though he looks at himself dead in the eye, looks at a version of himself who has been pushed too far, who is everything he should hate, everything he should loathe. Why would he take that name? Just because Impulse thinks it's cool? And yet, it is kind of cool. But again, that's probably why the rapper chose the name. It's not necessarily a bad name. Like I said, on another superhero, it could work. But with this character, the set of circumstances where he picks it up, it feels wrong. Now, I don't know what he should go by. Like I said, Red Robin felt weird because it's just a color on the name of what he's trying to get away from. So, what did Nightwing and Red Hood do that was so different? I mean, those names are widely accepted as who those characters are now. Well, for one, they kind of came into on their own. They were in their own stories. But that's kind of what Tim Drake did, too. It was his own story. So, what else is different? Well, they're names that have long comic book histories. I went over Nightwing's in a separate video, and Red Hood was the name of the Joker before he was Jokerified. So then what name could work like that for Tim Drake? And there's Flamebird, which I mentioned in the Nightwing video I mentioned before. But what else? Red Robin kind of falls into this category as the name that Dick Grayson takes up in Kingdom Come. I haven't really looked into it enough, and maybe there is a good name for this. I don't know. If you have any ideas for a new name down in the comment, put it down in the comments. Sorry, because I'm curious. I'm trying to think. I'm trying to think of older Batman related characters that he could like borrow a name from. I thought maybe from like the Batman of the World or whatever it was called during the 50s, but those names are all weird and just weird. Maybe he could become Knight, like Knight and Squire, but those taken. Like, semi-active. Maybe Flamebird would work, but again, that's taken. I don't know. Leave your thoughts down in the comments below. Yeah, that's all I've got for right now. Like I said, it's just weird. Anyway, hopefully I'll see you next time. Thanks for watching. And before I leave, I promised in a video, and a comment section of a video, that I would Josh R Comics and Gaming. He was kind enough to subscribe to me and looked at some of his content. It's really cool. He's got a contest going on his channel to get to 150, I think, or maybe 200, whichever one it is. Go check him out. He's got really cool videos, like comic haul type videos. It's pretty cool. Go check him out. Highly suggest it. Bleh. Sorry. And hopefully I'll see you next time. Have a good day, and goodbye, everybody.